You are listening to the Lose Weight for the Last Time podcast with Laura Conley, episode 207. Hey guys, I'm wearing my bougie shirt. It's got a little ghost and a little Stanley mug and a little like fanny pack situation across its chest. It's so cute because I'm recording this right before Halloween. Well, actually, like a week before Halloween. So, what's up with you guys? How are you guys? I'm doing two podcasts in a row. That's so unlike me, you guys. I usually do not batch, but thinking I'm going to have to be like more CEO ish and batch this stuff over here. I love making you guys podcasts. It's so freaking fun. I also just got a walking pad. Have you guys gotten the walking pad situation dialed? I just feel like it's going to be too much if I try to walk and talk. Any mahouge. All right. So listen up, hot babes. Do you eat out of boredom? Do you eat out of procrastination? You may or may not even know the answer in the first place. So we're going to talk about all things boredom eating and how to solve for it, because so many of my clients come into my program and they are boredom eaters and they are boredom eaters. I was a boredom eater and I learned how to solve it. So I'm going to teach you exactly what boredom eating is. You will get to see like, ooh, like, could I diagnose myself as a boredom eater? And then if you are and you don't want to be one anymore, exactly what to do to stop. And it's really fun because I polled all of my clients and they told me their real day in the life stories of how they used to be boredom eaters and what helped them specifically from my methodology that helped them overcome it. So for me, total boredom eater. Now, you know what's so interesting about boredom is it's like, is it boredom or is it procrastination? It's kind of like they're sisters of one another, right? Because like as busy moms, like most of my podcast listeners are busy moms or busy women. Like there's no such thing as having nothing to do. Like there's literally 172 things I could do at any time. And we're going to talk about this. But a lot of times it's not like we're actually bored. It's like we actually just don't want to do the thing that we know we're supposed to be doing. So I got a question from somebody who wanted me to do a podcast on the boredom. And she was saying, like, what should I do if I'm bored? I know I can sit in it. She must be listening to my podcast. I know I can sit in it, but that's boring. And is it wrong to not want to sit in boredom? She says, the longer it lasts, the more likely I am to go looking in the pantry. Maybe I need to just come up with a list of things to do when I'm bored. Maybe it's like even a list of 5-minute stuff, 15-minute stuff, and hour-long activities. Okay, not bad solutions, but I'm going to help you utilize maybe those solutions and others. Okay, so let's figure out if you're a boredom eater and or a procrastination eater. So you'll know that you are a boredom eater or a procrastination eater if you are hanging out in the pantry, doing a little pantry pacing, doing a little fridge stance. You guys open the fridge and just stand there and look around. So funny. Oh my God, I used to do this so freaking all the time. Okay. So you guys know if hunger isn't the problem, food isn't the solution. So when you're pantry pacing, when you're like stargazing in the fridge, ask yourself, what am I really looking for here? Okay. Boredom's not a problem. The desire to procrastinate is not a problem. You eating food for things other than what it's for, which is fuel, is maybe a problem. Only you get to decide. I don't know. Might not be problematic. It might be amazing for you. But I know for my clients and for me, boredom eating was a problem because it caused me to not weigh what I wanted to weigh. It left me feeling like energetically. I mean, I could go on and on. Okay. So let's hear what some of my clients had to say in response to these questions. Because I asked them, I'm like, you guys, did you used to be boredom eaters? Like, how did you overcome that? Now, of course, I could guess because I provide the curriculum for it. But I wanted to hear in their words what it was like for them to go from being a boredom eater or a procrastination eater to not, because I knew that their accounts would help you. Okay. So, first off, Rachel says 1,000% I was a boredom or procrastination eater. Usually I was snacking during the workday. If I was in my office or in the field, I would grab a muffin or something from a coffee shop or a place nearby. When working from home, I would just keep reaching for snacks as a way to delay doing whatever I was procrastinating. And honestly, part of me thought I was hungry. I didn't let myself think too hard about it though. I think I felt hungry because I wanted to feel hungry to justify the snacking. That is so amazing in terms of the awareness. And that's just so insightful, right? Your brain, you guys, will gang up on you and it will throw like 7 stops at you. Like it'll be like, well, actually, we kind of are hungry, right? So procrastinating, like I love to teach time management inside the Yummy Mummy method because every second of your day should be scheduled. It doesn't mean that you can't have 5 hours of spontaneity scheduled. But like I like to know what I'm supposed to be doing at every moment so that I don't get decision fatigue and so that I can so that I can live the life that I want to live. Now, the way that I teach time management and the way that I design my calendar is I schedule rest first. I schedule pleasure first. I schedule fun. I schedule family. I schedule friends. All of that I schedule first, not the other way around. So then when it comes time to do the hard thing that I probably used to procrastinate against, yeah, it does suck. It does take discipline. It does take, like my friend Olivia calls it, gag and go. Like, and that is a skill that you learn inside the Yummy Mummy is how to do the thing that you don't want to do. Like how to feel that like, ooh, that ick inside your body, that restlessness inside your body when it's time to do the thing that you don't want to do instead of go eat to like delay the inevitable, right? Okay. So let's hear what else Rachel had to say. She goes, when I joined the Yummy Mummy experience, I learned to pay attention to my hunger cues and my emotions and to ask myself if I really needed food as fuel or if there was some other thing I needed in that moment. I also started reaching for band-aids like tea or element tea as a way to figure out if I was physically hungry or just looking for something to do. That is genius. I do love teaching band-aids while we are healing at the root. So the root is getting in touch with your hunger cues, knowing where you are in the hunger scale, and getting in touch with your emotions. But while you're doing it, it's totally fine to have a tea or an element tea. Okay, so Katie says, absolutely, I'm a boredom eater. She says, for me, I'm nonstop during the work week, so this would sneak up to me on weekends. America has a snacking culture. She's totally right about that. That is the idea that we need snacks throughout our day, which we really don't. Agree, Katie. She says, even young kids don't need them if they're eating enough at meal times. Yeah, also agree. Oh my God, don't get me started. That's a whole nother podcast. She said, the Yummy Mummy helped me tackle this by eating enough during meals. And that goes back to learning the hunger scale and to be able to actually hear them and respond to them. And it's almost impossible to do this if your hunger hormones aren't balanced, which is what we do inside the Yummy Mummy. That's the first thing that we do. Okay. Laura says, this was a big one for me. Basically, any downtime I would fill with snacking or any transition time, really, like after getting kids home from school. Or if we were heading out the door, I'd grab a snack to make sure I didn't get hangry during our outing. I also struggled with using food to procrastinate as I don't always feel like doing the next thing on my list. So avoidance eating. Yes, exactly. What has helped is taking a second to stop and think, what do I actually need right now? Yeah, you guys see? Most times it's a mental break from a busy day or a break from the mental load. Like I literally just need to sit and pet my dog or read my fun book or watch a show. Like I don't always have to be checking something off my to-do list. Giving myself permission to relax has been huge in helping me to stop eating when I'm stressed, bored, anxious, or procrastinating. You helped me a lot with this when you said something like, what if you just gave yourself a full hour for dinner and you didn't have to eat the whole hour, but you could like sit and relax and not get right to the dishes. I'm learning to slow down and realize that I can put pleasure and relaxation first. Yes, and we just talked about that, right? Like it's so important. And that's so much of the work that we do inside is we really schedule this. We take care of ourselves. We learn to put ourselves on the list because you guys, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't give yourself pleasure, if you don't give yourself comfort, if you don't love the shit out of yourself, you're going to find hits, like cheap thrills through food, and it's not going to serve you. Okay, you guys. So let's hear from Sarah. Sarah says, I'd just open the fridge or pantry and stand there and pick at whatever. Oh my God. Yeah, this used to be me too. Sometimes it was bites of leftover cut up chicken breast or a spoonful of mac and cheese. Sometimes it was handfuls of chocolate chips, a few tortilla chips, bits of my kids' baked goods, anything really that wasn't a whole solid thing. Yes. Like I wouldn't take one bite of a muffin and put it back. I just take a pick of the crumble off the top so no one could tell. This is totally me, Sarah, too. It was. It's so fun, right? These are our past selves that we still get to love on. Or in the office, I'd go for a chocolate covered omelet, just a few instead of a whole individually wrapped granola bar. That way, my brain justified that I wasn't really eating the whole thing and no one would know. Yep. Me too. She says, I definitely think some of this was related to boredom procrastinating. She says, checking in with the hunger scale has been the most impactful since starting the Yummy Mummy. Am I physically hungry? I literally think about my stomach and see how it feels. Lately, I've started to play with, then what do I really need right now? So good. Okay. All right. Lastly, you guys, let's hear from Andrea. She says, food was my main source of entertainment. Literally, if I wanted to do something fun, which was my solution to boredom, I would go out to eat. Now I'd much rather take a walk with someone and talk about all our dreams. Oh my God. That is my dream come true, Andrea. That is like my favorite thing right now. Walks with friends, talking about dreams, future goals, the present too. Like I love talking about the freaking leaves on the trees, how our kids are just thriving. I just love talking about the present and the future. I mean, the past too, but like my point is, I don't like talking about boring stuff like other people and like what bags they bought. No, I want to talk about like what are we getting up to in this one freaking precious life. Okay, you guys? So, moral of the story, it is normal to eat to handle boredom. It is normal to eat so that you don't have to do the next thing on the list. But I want to encourage you to plan your pleasure, to plan your rest, and then to plan when you're going to do the hard things that you don't want to do and then do them. And if you want to go get a vitamin water zero, fine, go for it. Use a band aid, but really clue into your hunger cues, right? Because if hunger isn't the problem, food isn't the solution. It's really hard though to hear your hunger cues when your hunger hormones aren't balanced, which is why we have to do that inside the Yummy Mummy first things first, because then you're not hangry. And then you can actually hear, oh, this is true physical hunger. It just makes it so much easier, right? It's like I always talk about, like, would you just like go poop if you didn't have to poop? No. Would you just like lay down and take a nap if you weren't tired? No. Why are we eating when we're not hungry? Because we've been taught, oh, we're a little bored. Let's go grab a snack. Like, it's just not that fun. Let's add food. It's not that great. Let's add a drink, right? So it's totally, totally, totally normal. But I want to encourage you too, because like if you do sit with, I mean, have you guys seen the research out on boredom? Like being willing to sit in your boredom is if it is for so much creativity. And that is why I'm a little psycho with my kids and like screen time because I don't want them to lose their creativity, right? And you can see it. I see it every freaking like Saturday, Sunday. We don't overschedule our weekends right now because we know it's coming. Because my kids are only 5 and 7. I can't believe my son is 5. He just turned 5, you guys. I can't even believe it. He's, like, literally not a baby. Oh my God. Oh, I know he still has, like, the chubbiest cheeks, and he has, like, the chubbiest earlobes. I can't even. He's so cute. Okay, so my point there, though, what is my point there? Oh, we try not to overschedule the weekends. So inevitably, my kids get bored on the weekends. And then they're like, we're bored. And we're like, great. And then literally 5 minutes later, they like create the coolest freaking like my daughter the other day, she made trail mix out of like literally nothing and was selling it on the street. Great. Perfect. Go for it. My son is building like a literally New York City out of his magnetiles. And same for you, same for me. Like you guys know, like if you're just driving with not a without if you're just driving like without a podcast, if you're just in the shower, you get hits of creativity. It's actually kind of fun. You can lean into it. And then with the procrastination, remember how good you're going to feel at the like when you are done with that task. You are going to feel so freaking amazing. So amazing. So I want you to try tuning in to your hunger cues, to not eating unless you're hungry, to not eating when you're bored, and to instead sit in it. Nothing bad is going to happen. So let's go back to the original questions, you guys. So she asked, what should I do if I'm bored? I know I can sit in it, but that is boring. And is it wrong to not want to sit in boredom? Okay. So I love that she knows that she can sit in it. That's like just really good information for everyone to have. You literally can just sit in it. And there's research to support that that's where creativity comes from. And we're losing creativity as a culture because we have so many things to distract us. But I just want to encourage you, like, what if you just sat there? She's like, yeah, I know I can just sit there, but that's boring. And is it wrong to not want to sit in boredom? No, it's not wrong to not want to sit in boredom. But like, if you eating food to solve the boredom isn't serving you because you can't weigh what you want when you eat because of boredom, then you kind of have your answer, right? No, it's not wrong. It's not wrong to go eat goldfish when you're bored, but is it giving you the result that you want? So I want to encourage you guys. We have, I think, as a culture too, like a feelings problem, a discomfort problem. Like we have like crazy aversion to discomfort. Like it's just boredom. It's not that bad. I mean, I'll give it to you. It's kind of bad, but it's not like horrible. Like we're not being tortured, right? This isn't sleep deprivation. It's just a little boredom. So interesting. So she's like, maybe I should make a list of 5-minute stuff, 15-minute stuff. And you can totally do that. But like where I think the real work and like the real discovery and like opportunity is to sit there, just like see what happens, study yourself, like let yourself be an experiment. So freaking cool. Like if you're actually bored. And then if you're just a procrastinator, like just do the freaking thing that's on your list and plan your days so that you know exactly what to do. You can't lie to yourself around like, well, I don't even really know what to do. No, you do. You do. And how good are you going to feel when that thing is done? Oh, you're going to feel so good. You're going to be high on life. I guarantee you that thing that you're procrastinating is going to take you like literally 8 minutes, freaking eight minutes. I'm like, I got to really get my kids off this Cigna insurance and put them on the other insurance. Took me 8 minutes. 8 minutes. I've been delaying that. I like think 9 months at this point. What? 8 minutes. And then I like to play with my brain like, ooh, my brain's like, oh, it's going to take forever. I'm like, I bet we could get it done in 8 minutes. And then my brain likes it. My brain really likes it when I gamify it. So you can try that too. Okay, guys, that is what I have for you today. I freaking love you so much. I hope you have the absolute best week ever. Let me know if this resonated with you. Send this Pretty Please with Cherry Top to your little bestie that you always are talking about this stuff with. Send this to them. This could really help them. And then Pretty Please with a cherry on top. Put a review, put a rating, like actually write a review, like 10 words, write it. I go in there. I'm going to go in there, you guys. And I'm going to see if you wrote one. Because you guys know that if you write reviews, it helps people. Like help me free the moms, you guys. This is a movement. We literally have to free the moms from the traps of diet culture, from the traps of not being able to put ourselves on the list. Okay. So we pretty please help me free us. We're trapped. We're drowning. Save us. Okay. I love you. Bye, everybody. Have the best week ever. Love you.